Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. My name is Tom Poland, beaming out to you from the Sunshine Coast in Australia, joined today by Dr. Noah St. John. Noah, a very warm g'day from down under, sir. Where are you hanging out?
I'm in Northeast Ohio, 10 minutes from the Professional Football Hall of Fame here in Canton. And so down there in Aussie, you have footy, which I love. I love Australian rules football. But here in America, it's NFL, and that's where I live. And so 1 week out of the year, I live in the coolest city in America. Because all the Hall of Famers come here and I get to see them, and it's pretty awesome.
The other 51 weeks of the year, I'm sure it's not too shabby either.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
So in addition to living in paradise for 1 week of the year at the very least, for those of you who don't know, Dr. Noah St. John he's known as the father of dramatic pause, the father of AFFORMATIONs. I'll say it again, AFFORMATIONs, not affirmations, but AFFORMATIONs. We're going to find out a bit more about that in a moment. He's also the mental health coach to the stars. He's worked with Hollywood celebrities, eight-figure company CEOs, global executives, professional athletes, top entrepreneurs. His coaching clients have added more than $2.7 billion in sales since 1997 by following his methods. Noah brings us nicely to the title of this interview, which is How to Get Rid of Your Head Trash About Money. Folks, you're in for a great ride. Hold on to your hats. Now, our 7 minutes starts now, sir. Question number one, who is your ideal client?
My clients are the 1% of the 1%. Remember what Steve Jobs said, the rebels, the crazy ones, the misfits, the square pegs and round holes. That's who I love to work with. My clients are the people who are doing well. In fact, other people look up to them and think they're doing amazing and want to be them, but they themselves know that there's so much more that they could do. And so they've really maybe reached a plateau. They're doing well, but they really know that they could go a lot bigger and just being more here in the world. And so that's who I love to work with, the rebels, the misfits, the people who just know that there's so much more that they could be doing. And I really help them to do that.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. 6.5 minutes left. Question number two, what is the problem you solve?
I solve several problems, but the main one is what you just mentioned. It's what I call taking out your head trash about money. Now, what is head trash? Head trash is the voice in your head that says, well, I can't do it because ... And then you just fill in the blank, right? So people say, I want to make more money. I want to grow my lifestyle. I want to find true love. I want to be happy, fulfilled, whatever it might be. And they say, I want those things, Noah, but I can't do it because. And then you just fill in the blank, my spouse won't let me do it, or I don't have the time right now. I just don't have the team in place. I don't have the right resources. Or what if I become this big person and acting the way that I really want to? How's it going to affect everyone else, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I call your head trash. And the funny thing about head trash is you always make yourself right. So if you say, I can't do that because you make yourself right. And of course, then it causes the effect that you can't do it. So what I do is I help people take out that head trash. And then, as you mentioned, they start to get really incredible results, 6, 7, 8-figure advances just by following my methods.
Very interesting. So let's go to question 3, 5 minutes left. What would you say are some of the typical symptoms that your clients would be before they work with you, they'd be noticed is going on in their head or their life or their business?
Right. Absolutely. Let me give you a great example from one of my clients. I spoke at an event in Los Angeles, and this person came up to me and he said, Noah, you're the coach I've been looking for. I heard you speak about head trash and AFFORMATIONs, and you're the mental health coach of the stars, everything you just said. He hired me on the spot. But what's so funny is he was making $4 million in his business. His business was at $4 million in revenues, and yet he felt stuck. And it was crazy because, of course, everybody would love to be making that much, but he knew he was capable of a lot more. And the funny thing is he tried all these other coaches. He'd hired all these marketing gurus, all this stuff, but he really couldn't get over that plateau. I helped him to get rid of his head trash and all the other things that I do. And in just less than 18 months, his company went from 4 million to over 20 million in sales. So the funny thing about that for everyone watching and listening to this program is that, I've had people say, Noah, I know I'm capable of more. I'm doing, 50,000 a year. I'm capable of doing more. I'm doing 500,000. I'm doing 5 million, whatever it might be. It doesn't matter the number. It's just that you're capable of doing more and being more.
So that's the big symptom, is that there's more upside there, but you just
right. And you've tried lots of other things too.
Got to crack into it, right? So let's talk about those other things. Question 4 is, what are some of the common mistakes that your successful clients tell you that they made before they met you, before they engaged with you? What do they try that just flat out didn't work and should be avoided?
Well, I mean, a big part of that is marketing gurus. Let's just say it. I mean, there's so many marketing gurus out there. You and I have talked about this off camera, and they're just selling a bunch of nothing, basically. And so, using my client Adam as an example, that's what he had tried, and they just really all saying the same thing, but they weren't getting inside. They weren't getting inside what I call the inner game. The inner game is the foundation of everything that you have. You have the inner game and the outer game. So he was only focused on his outer game, and he was wondering why I'm still stuck. I'm still plateaued, right? Yeah. Now, obviously he was plateaued at a high level, but it really doesn't matter. As I've said, I mean, I work with athletes and CEOs, but I also work with teenagers and people, veterans trying to overcome PTSD. So really head trash affects millions and millions of people, mostly without their knowledge. And of course, they don't know how to fix it.
And the other thing that you taught me is that the head trash about money often manifests in head trash about relationships and head trash about health and head trash about emotional well-being and so on, which I thought was fascinating. The link between dysfunctional relationships and head trash about money is fascinating. So let's flip this now. We've got 2.5 minutes left. Question number 5 is, what's one valuable free action that someone listening to this could take? It won't solve the whole problem, but it might take them a step in the right direction.
Right. Absolutely. So one of the things you need to do right now for everyone listening is write down, what is your number one goal for the next 12 months? Right now, everybody says, oh, goal setting. I've heard this a million times, but the second part is the key. Then I want you to write about, just make a list of what's it going to cost you to actually get that thing, right? Everybody talks about find your why, and that's important. It is. But it's also that thing that you're going after. It's also going to cost you something. And so people aren't aware of, wait a minute, if I do that, it's also going to cost me something. For example, I had one client who said, if I become really, really successful, she was a woman entrepreneur. She said, what if my husband is jealous of me? What if he doesn't like it? What if he leaves me? What if he's so upset he'll leave me? So she was keeping herself down. You see, that's an example of head trash, but she wasn't aware of that. So we got it out. And then, of course, she made a lot of money and, had her best year ever. But you see what I'm saying? So that's what everybody can do right now is, what do you want? But also, what is it going to cost you to not only go after it, but when you actually get it, what might that cost you? And that's one clue of why you might hold yourself back.
Right. Thank you for that. And so question 6, we've got 1 minute left, a free resource. Where can people go to find out more about your work?
2 places. Send me a book, noah.com. That's where you can get this book for free. It's called How to Get Rid of Your Head Trash About Money, How to Avoid the 3 Big Money Mistakes Even Smart People Make. Send me a book, Noah. It's free. We just ask you to cover the shipping. And then noahstjohn.com. That's my name. So that's our main website, noahstjohn.com. Also, you can go to Free Gift from Noah. I gave you a third one, freegiftfromnoah.com, which is a free training that I did recently on how I help my clients make more in 12 weeks than they made in the last 12 months. So freegiftfromnoah.com.
Thank you, Noah. We've got 25 seconds left. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
Why did you write all those books?
Why did you write all those books, Noah?
Because I wanted them. Because nobody wrote. I read every book out there in self-help, and nobody was actually talking about the problem. They weren't fixing the problem, and so I had to write all of these books because I wanted them. And what's nice is other people like them too. So it's been very rewarding and a heck of a lot of fun.
Noah St. John, thanks for your time and your insights.
My pleasure.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.